Welcome to the Christie Taylor Show. So excited to have you here in the month of May. And if you're in Memphis, you know this is Memphis in May. We're going to find out the exciting things that we're going to be doing this month to celebrate our city and, of course, to talk to more amazing people here on the Christie Taylor Show. I am excited because during 2020, innovation really was at the forefront. And one of the things that really caught my eye was an app called Clubhouse. And this is where our next guest came from. I actually met her via Clubhouse. And we are talking about Seyi Makinde, and she's a manifestation marketing coach. She retired from her 9 to 5 before 30, and now she is the manifestation marketing brand and business coach who helps women package and sell their knowledge and expertise as a four-figure, check that out, signature offer. She blends LOA and practical business strategies to help new coaches book four-figure clients. Now, Shai offers sessions designed to deep dive into your business and provide an execution plan to exceed your desired goals. Now, her signature program we're going to be finding out today is a private 3-month coaching called Nix Your 9 to 5 Bootcamp. I want you to help me welcome to the Christie Taylor Show. We're saying hi to Shai. And I think she was trying to give me that the last name is Makinde.
Yes, perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, first of all, welcome to the Christie Taylor Show. And where are you hailing from? What part of the country are you in?
I am in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada.
Wow. You know something? I kept looking at the CA, and for whatever reason, I was
You
like, is
thought it
that
was
Calgary
California?
or is that California? Exactly. But the thing is that we met on Clubhouse. And can you talk about, first of all, just a little background of who you are beyond the bio and how you ended up on Clubhouse?
First of all, thank you so much for that awesome introduction. I was like, oh, is that all me?
That is all you.
That is all me. So you've pretty much said it all. My background, I'm not Canadian. My original background, you can tell from my name. I'm Nigerian, so I'm West African, born and bred and raised. So proud of my heritage. That's pretty much it about me. I'm Nigerian. I am a wife. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. And I am a business coach. It's one of my favorite things to do. And the thing that I love most about Clubhouse is that it just connects you to people all around the world, people you ordinarily wouldn't meet, you wouldn't have a chance to, interact with. People in Memphis, and Clubhouse. How did I even end up on Clubhouse? I had heard so much about it before I joined. A lot of people. I was more of an Instagram girl before Clubhouse,
Yes.
and people
Same
would just
here.
people would just like talk about Clubhouse, and I was resisting for months. I was like, nope, I'm not getting on another social media platform. This is too much. It's taking over the world. This is way too much. And then I saw there were a couple of opportunities on Clubhouse. And I also saw that it was a platform where if you like to talk, you're going to have a blast. And I like to talk. So I joined. I was kind of skeptical. And listen, I've been addicted ever since.
Now, one of the things that with you being on Clubhouse, like myself, I had, and it's so funny because a lot of my friends who are on Clubhouse, they are totally iOS. I have a Droid phone, but I have an iPad. And they
Okay.
were like, you need to get on it. You need to get. I was like, well, I don't have a, iPhone. They was like, no, as long as you have an iOS. So I said, I jumped on because honestly, I downloaded the app originally on Droid, and it was not the correct app. So they
Mm,
were like, "No, go to your iPad." And
yeah.
I did, and I jumped in, and like yourself, I just kind of meandered through what we call the Clubhouse hallway, looking at different topics, and depending on what time of day, you literally can tap into people all over the world. And because I'm new post radio as a radio personality being my background, moving into coaching and consulting, I just like started just picking all the rooms where they were talking about this, and heavy hitters in the industry were on there talking. And eventually, once in Clubhouse, you start finding your way.
Hmm.
And I ended up in a room, and you were one of the moderators.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how. Now, I've been on Clubhouse and I've only moderated a couple of rooms, and a couple of friends brought me on as co moderators. but you were in a major room. So let's talk about once you did land in Clubhouse, how did you start really making your way to the top of the food chain, so we'll say?
So the way I kind of like operate on Clubhouse, I don't wait for anyone to give me permission, right? I don't wait for people to ask me to co-moderate, right? I take the bull by the horns, and I create my own rooms. I create my own space, and I love that Clubhouse allows that for you. Other social media platforms, you kind of already have to have a connection with people in order to get them, as your audience. If you're on Facebook Live, it's pretty much only people in your circle that are going to see the live. Same with Instagram, same with LinkedIn. It's only your connections. But the great thing about Clubhouse is that you open up a room and anyone, Oprah, could come into your room and listen to you talk, right?
Yes.
And it's so mind-blowing, the amount of exposure and opportunity. And I decided I was going to take advantage of it. This opportunity presented itself and I wasn't going to sleep on it, right? So from time to time, I go to Clubhouse, I open up my rooms, I create my rooms, and I just give value. I literally just pour into people. I give all that I can give. And I just love it so much. I just love Clubhouse so much. I need to be a Clubhouse ambassador at this point. So I just love it so much. Yeah.
Now that particular room, and we can talk more now. This is a great segue into what you do. You were speaking more about branding, but you have also, even since Clubhouse, began to expand into the manifestation marketing. Now, what exactly is now branding? I'm learning what that is, branding and business coaching. But what exactly is a manifestation marketing coach?
Okay, that's a great question. So initially, when I was first on the Clubhouse scene, I was speaking more on the marketing side of business coaching, and branding is just like one of the subtopics under marketing. So it's just like a little piece of it, right? So I would speak on the marketing side of business coaching, on how new coaches can market themselves and all of that good stuff. So I haven't really fully moved away from that. That's still exactly what I do. But now I've added the element of manifestation into it because that is a part of my life. That's pretty much what I take my clients through as well, but I just never really called it out, so to speak, right? So if I'm working with my clients on how to build a business or how to succeed in business, and I'm taking them through all these marketing and business strategies, I also have to work on their mindset, right? I also have to work on their limiting beliefs, their belief systems. There's no way around it. If you're a coach, you're going to have to tackle the mindset of your clients. And that's where manifestation and the law of attraction come in, because the law of attraction states what you put out is pretty much what you're going to get back. So if you're like, oh man, I don't have clients. Oh man, I'm never going to make money from my business. Guess what? You're never going to make money from your business. It doesn't matter how many tools and techniques and strategies that I walk you through. If you don't believe in yourself and your business, if you're not putting out that positive energy towards your business, it's not going to work out. So I just decided to combine the two topics that I'm so passionate about. And that's why I'm a manifestation marketing coach. They go hand in hand.
I love that. Now, it's interesting that you brought up the mindset element, law of attraction being part of that. Just recently, in my move into deeper, I guess, the deeper depths of coaching and consulting, I realized that even with me wanting to do media, taking my expertise of over 30 years in media, entertainment, film included, and helping people know how to maximize media, because once again, it's all under marketing and publicity and PR. But it's the mindset, because oftentimes people, even the couple of times I was in some rooms and they were saying, well, what do you do? And I was like, well, I'm in the space of media coaching and training. And I was like, what would you all be interested in learning? And everyone spoke about confidence, even beyond the technique, the tactics, because some people are well established in their careers and what they do, but everybody fell to, well, I would just really want to be comfortable on a station, or I want to be comfortable on air, or I would want to be comfortable in front of the camera. And I started realizing that beyond the techniques and the tactics that you can use, it really is how you think about yourself. So it's very interesting that as I get more into this coaching and consulting aspect, it's so much about mindset. So when did you first of all move into the space of coaching, period? What's your background prior to that?
So my background prior to coaching was actually consulting. And a lot of people don't know there's a difference between coaching and consulting. So I was in marketing consulting and I was working with like big brands to execute their marketing projects. Now, the difference between coaching and consulting that I love so much is that I am seeing a direct impact of my influence, of my help, of my support, of my encouragement, right? I'm working with actual individuals one-on-one so I can see that transformation. And that's the difference as a coach, right? You're seeing the results, you're working on their mindsets, you are helping them achieve those goals. It's kind of like you're a mama bear, right? And for me, it's so fulfilling as opposed to when I was a consultant where it's like, yeah, ooh, we turned profits, we made $100,000. Well, nice. I don't care. I don't care about the CEO. I don't know these people, right? But as a coach, I'm able to see that direct impact. And the thing about the consulting world and the coaching world, the reason why it's different is because consulting doesn't really involve a transformation in someone's life.
That's right.
It doesn't. You can make them a lot of money, but you're not particularly working on their minds. You're not working. There's no mindset element. Coaching involves a mindset element and a transformation, and that is the major difference. And it's not for everyone, right? Some people are just okay being consultants, and other people want to like hold on and be involved in their clients' lives. So that's really why I made that move from I was doing marketing consulting for years and years and years. I have my MBA in marketing and brand management, but I was just not fulfilled. I was making good money. I was making good money for my clients, but I didn't care about those people and their profits, I have to admit, of those companies and their profits. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Now, of course, as you stated earlier, you're from Calgary, which is in Canada. What are you finding has been one of the biggest differences as you engage more with those in the States through Clubhouse and people around the world?
The funny thing is that I haven't had, maybe I've had like one Canadian client. It's not a real problem, but most of my clients are from the States.
Wow.
I don't know. They just find me. I don't know. I can't explain it. Most of my clients are from the States. I think also, well, I would say I don't have a lot of European clients because they're probably asleep when I'm on Clubhouse. But I haven't really seen a major difference. It's so funny. The number one, it's like, as you mentioned, like one of the main questions you get is like, how can I get confidence? No matter where these people are from, it's always, I had a client yesterday and a couple of days ago, it's always the same thing. It's like, yeah, well, I have a lot of self-doubt. Every single person I speak to, I kid you not, has self-doubt. It's so fun because sometimes when I get applications for people to work with me, I look at their profiles. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, you want to work with me? You have these high-ranking executives. You have all these people with impressive credentials and all the letters behind their names. And you get on a call with them and they're struggling with self-doubt. They don't know if they can succeed in the coaching world. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And that is
I have to tell you, Seyi, that I literally just had a conversation with a lady who wants me to provide some of my training curriculum in a program she's developing. And I called her because I'm a month late in developing this course. And I was like, ooh, I got to call her before the end of the month. And in our exchange, she was like, I almost didn't answer the phone because she's been really struggling. And we basically very lightheartedly talked about, therapy. And I said, honey, I've made my call. And she was like, what? Because I'm a person who tries to relax people. I said, yes, I've been pretty much as I've been embarking on some new things. So listening to you talk is so spot on. I said, I'm embarking on some new adventures.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out where certain thoughts were coming from. And I had to quiet myself and say, what is this called? Because I hadn't felt it in years. And I was like, oh my God. And the phrase came self-doubt. I looked it up because I'm a wordsmith. I looked up the word and I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I'm feeling like. I'm doubting myself and my ability. So I sat with it. And I was like, and then there was a young lady that I like to listen to. Her name is Tony Jones. And she has a affirmation CD. You can check it out on YouTube included. And she has one track that says, take up space, sis. And it's like a hype song, but it's poetic because I'm a poet. And I shared with her, I was like, we're all coming out of a global pandemic. The world has never seen this before. And many of us who are of a certain age, particularly, and even certain achievements, it's like having to rev up and get your mojo back.
Yeah.
So when I finished talking to her, she was like, honey, I'm so glad. I said, I'm glad you answered the phone too. But yes, so many people, speaking to your point, we are suffering in some form of self-esteem, self-doubt, and having to re-engage what
Yeah.
made us successful in other areas. So it's amazing. It's amazing, that point that you spoke to.
Yeah. And the thing about self-doubt is if it's not managed, if it's not
Yes.
identified and tackled, it leads to self-sabotage.
Ooh,
And when self-sabotage comes along, like I said, all the business marketing tools and techniques are not going to work for you because you're going to see opportunities. You're going to be like, yeah, I'm not good enough. You're going to have a client
ooh,
offering you 10 grand. You're going to be like, oh, I don't know if I can get her results, right? So
yes.
it's a pattern. It's a pattern that a lot of people don't even realize.
Now, I would like to find out, because you just spoke about coaching and the difference between coaching and consulting. And
Mhm.
it really is about how engaged you want to be with your clients.
Yeah.
And you are now on a path where you're like, I want to help transform people from the inside out so that not only can they have economic success, they can have internal success.
Exactly.
When it comes to that, there's a boot camp that you have. You have multiple programs. And of
Yeah.
course, I want you all to check her out on her social media and her website. But one particular one that caught my attention was Nix Your 9 to 5. You having done the same before the age of 30.
Yeah.
Congrats to you.
Thank
Let's
you.
talk about that.
So the Nix Your 9 to 5 boot camp came from me being a little rebel. I always knew I wasn't made for the 9 to 5 world. Not that there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5 world, everyone. Nothing wrong with it. But I knew for me personally, I was made for more. I knew that I struggled with asking to get 2 to 3 weeks out of my life, out of my year, to go on vacation. To me, it never made sense. I struggled with all the office politics, all that stuff that comes along with it, all those pointless meetings and all of that stuff. I knew that there was so much more out there for me. I wasn't making the impact that I wanted to make. And when I was younger, I would go from, because all I knew was the 9 to 5 world. My dad worked till he was like 60 or 55 or something before he retired. That's all I knew. I didn't know there was anything really else out there. I didn't really understand. I knew people owned businesses, but I didn't really understand what that was because I didn't have that direct exposure. But deep down within me, right from honestly when I was maybe 15, 16, I just knew this couldn't be life. I don't think I'm supposed to just be in an office 9 to 5 for the rest of my life and then retire. Like it used to scare me. Like even in the summer times, because I'm in Canada, right? I used to live in Toronto. And in the summertime, it's like you're looking outside the window and it's so bright and sunny and I'm in my cubicle. I'm like, is this really life? I can't have a summer break. What does this mean? Right? So it's something I always struggled with. And I had to take charge, right? I had to take charge and damn the consequences and be like, if I feel this way, this cannot be life. And I started to do research. And then I started consulting on the side and I was making more money than I made in my 9 to 5. It's like, wait a minute, I can actually live off of my consulting money. But my parents at the time, they used to scare me. They're like, businesses, what if you don't get clients and all that stuff? So for the longest time, I struggled with that mindset block that in order for me to have success, I have to have a corporate job. I used to be sort of attached to titles and like wanting to climb the corporate ladder and all that stuff. I thought that was the only way. Anyways, eventually I broke free of the shackles. I was like, this is my life. I am taking charge. Whatever wants to happen should happen. I am going to make sure that I am never going back to the 9 to 5 life. I am going to make this work. I am going to succeed. I am going to damn the consequences. And as of the time that and this is where manifestation comes in, right? I was like, God, this is for my last 9 to 5 job. I was like, God, I'm leaving this job. I already told you when I started that I was going to leave by this date. And I trust you. I didn't have any savings. My husband didn't have a job, but I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to leave. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to leave. Right. I left. And 2 days after my last day of work, my husband got an amazing job. Like, because he's a 9 to 5 guy. I don't judge him. It's fine. But he got an amazing job 2 days after. And a week after, I got my first 2 5-figure clients. a week after.
Wow.
And it's, I don't know, I get goosebumps when I tell the story. And I would never have known if I didn't take that leap of faith. I feel these opportunities wouldn't have come if I didn't trust God. You know, sometimes there's this saying that sometimes you need to take the first step to see the whole staircase, right?
Yes.
And it was just full on blind faith and trusting God and knowing that God had my back, right?
Yes.
I didn't have a plan B. And God did have my back, right? So that's pretty much it. And that's why I have the Nix Your 9-to-5 Bootcamp, because I know that there's a lot of women out there that feel like, and that know deep down that the 9-to-5 world is not for them. They want to impact other people's lives. They want to be coaches. They even want to be consultants. They want to have time with their families, with their husbands, with their kids, and they want to have good money to enjoy that time, right? And,
right.
And it's possible. I'm just here to spread the message, my little message of rebellion, that it is possible. You don't have to go through that path of the 9-to-5 if you know that it's not for you. And if it's for you, that's okay. But if you know that it's not for you, you just have to tackle fear, you know. I know there's a lot of self-doubt that comes in. It's like, oh, how do I pay my bills? Oh, my mortgage. Oh, everybody has a reason why they should be holding on to their 9-to-5. I had a reason. My husband wasn't working. We didn't have savings. We had rent, but I still took a chance, right? So that's what the 9-to-5 Nix Your 9-to-5 Bootcamp is all about, and it's for new coaches. You join the bootcamp if you want to be a new coach, or if you want to get into the coaching industry. I will take you through all that mindset work, as well as the business and marketing side of things, to position yourself in a way that you're able to quickly start to get high ticket clients in your business.
Oh, wow. We're going to be coming right back to talk about those 4, 5, and possibly 6 figures that you can help them get. We'll be right back after this.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to the Christie Taylor Show. My special guest is someone I met through Clubhouse, and we're talking about Seyi.
Yes.
And I would love for you to tell us more about these high ticket programs and clients, and just a little bit to whet their appetite so that they can come check you out. Of course, you can check her out on her YouTube channel, The Brand Powerhouse, as well as Instagram. But high ticket programs, services, and those high paying clients.
Yeah. So check me out on Instagram, because that's where I'm most active, and send me a DM or anything if you have any questions. But the great thing about the coaching world is that you're able to package, take your expertise, take your knowledge, take your experience, no matter what it is. If you are the best tailor in the world, you can package your knowledge. If you are the best hairdresser, you can package your knowledge. If you are the best homemaker, you can package your knowledge and expertise and sell that consistently for 4 figures. All you need to do is take all of that and put it into a signature offer, and that's something that I teach my clients. And you're able to price based on value. And the great thing about pricing based on value is that you're not spending your time having like one-on-one sessions. It's like, no, these are my sessions, this is the fixed price, and then you're just charging based on value. It's called a signature offer. And I believe every single coach should have a signature offer in their business. It is the best way to have free time and also an abundance of finances.
Now, I love the fact that you are definitely talking about any expertise, because oftentimes when I was coming into this space, I was like, well, who really wants to learn? You know, there's people who have interest in media. We have a lot of people who have moved into YouTubing as YouTubers and podcasters. But since I'm coming from more traditional background, it's like, who would be willing to pay for that? And it turns out, as soon as I stepped my toe in the water, it's like, oh, can you help me put my show together? So I'm positioning myself as a show development guru, but I definitely, as you've been encouraging me, to put it together in a signature course. And I really, really like that. That there are so many different ways that we can approach sharing our expertise. As we come to the wrap up, I want you to just speak very briefly in the next 2 minutes about the importance of law of attraction and what really, one particular principle that you really live by.
Okay. So I love all things law of attraction. I love all things law of attraction. I could say that a million times. What you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back. There's no two ways about it, right? Every single thing is energy. So be mindful of the energy that you are putting out into the universe. Be mindful of the words that you're putting out into the universe. Be mindful of your thoughts. One of the things that I personally love to do and I love to practice is journaling. Journaling is everything to me. That's actually, it's a whole, we don't have time for that, but that's literally how I attracted my husband into my life. I literally journaled exactly what I wanted in a husband. And a year to the date that I wrote that journal, we were on our first date. I didn't even know it at the time.
Wow.
True story. True story. So you can literally write down and to the universe, to God, to spirit, whatever you want to call it. You can literally write down everything that you want, right? And put it out there, and it's going to come to you. You have to do the work as well, obviously. You can't just lay in bed. But, set that intention, right? Once you have that desire, you make a decision. I talked about this on my Instagram a couple of days ago. You have a desire. Make sure that desire is yours, not that you saw someone doing it and you're like, oh, I'm going to copy this. Make sure it's a desire from God within you. Make a decision that you are committing to getting that desire no matter what. You're not going to doubt yourself. You're not going to waver, even if reality looks completely different from what it is you're asking for. Nope. God is a God of is it the 11th or the 12th hour? He just comes last. Yes. Do not waver once you've made that decision, and also be determined that no matter what happens, that thing is going to happen for you. It's going to come to you. And that's kind of how I live by. Those are the laws that I live by.
I love the fact that you are speaking to having your own God planted desires, because we are in a world, and we both love Instagram. I love Instagram and I love Pinterest, and they're very much, promoting the image of a perfect life or a cool life or I got it together life. So comparison and competition can seep into our psyches. Exactly. But to be able to tap in and find out, what do I want to do? What do I want to have? Apart from what other people are having. I have this philosophy called no plate envy. No plate envy. I don't know if you're a foodie like I am, but if you ever go out with friends and we all have a menu from that restaurant with a variety of choices. And someone typically is that one person, what are you going to get? 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 Or that person will then, after people start ordering, let everybody else order first, and then they place their order. But it's nothing like, and when they get their food, it's like, oh man, I hate that I got that. I should have got what you had.
Yeah.
But to be able to sit in that restaurant and make your choice from your own appetite.
Yes, exactly.
That's the word. Honey, and you order it to your specification and what you desire, so that your soul or your stomach or your eyes can be encouraged and tantalized, is something that I've really, and particularly my 30s and 40s, I really started saying no plate envy. I don't want anything that anyone else has. I want what's going to satisfy me based on my own appetite, heart's desire. So I love the fact that you talked about that. And yes, write it down, honey. Journal is power. Head to heart, hand is a powerful connection. And just like God, I am so grateful that I jumped on Clubhouse. So grateful that I had an opportunity to hear you share amazing value. And thank you again for accepting to be a guest here on the Christie Taylor Show. And if you need me ever for anything, please.
Thank you so much, and vice versa. If you need any questions as you go on this coaching consulting journey, please send me a DM on Instagram. I will be happy to answer.
Well, thank you very much. And this is our special guest all the way from Canada. I love you all. Oh my goodness. And that would be Miss Seyi
Makinde. Yes.
Makinde. All right. Everybody have an amazing day.
All right.